Biddies, how are you all? I hope everybody's well today. Um, no one's gathered here, so I'm going to do this anyway. Um, so let's just get into the Reddit reads. Um, First one is from I Don't Work Here Lady, entitled I Don't Owe You Answers. I made the mistake of stopping into a local grocery store while wearing a suit. I just needed eggs. I got my eggs, started walking to the checkout when a man stepped in front of me and demanded, really, "Are you a manager here?" And I said, "No," and tried to step around him. He moved to block me and demanded, "Why are you wearing a suit then?" Because I guess people aren't allowed to wear suits. Oh. I said, "I don't owe you answers." He blinked. He gave me that cursor blinking 404 file not found look while he failed to process that not everyone answers to him. While he was processing that, I stepped around him and walked to the checkout line. And that's the way you do it. Oh, excellent, excellent, excellent. We'll go on. I have like 8 total today. Um, 2 are from one subreddit because when I wanted to use one from yesterday, I didn't get to get on yesterday. I had uh, lovely unexpected company yesterday. So this is from AITH, AITAH. This is from AITAH, WIBTA. If I countersue for what I consider an accident for the cake this other woman's daughter wrecked after she ran into me. In the middle of June, I had just picked up a custom chocolate cake from a bakery that cost $65. Not a bad price. On my way back to the car, a woman and her 2 kids were coming out of a church across the street where a wedding was taking place. I crossed at a crosswalk about half a block from the church. I saw the mother yelling at her little girl, maybe 4 or 5 years old, and dressed in a very nice white dress, to stop jumping around and stay still. The girl didn't listen, as 4 and 5-year-olds do. She ran off, laughing and looking backward instead of paying attention, and ran straight into me. I dropped the cake and it hit the ground on impact. Chocolate went everywhere. On the pavement, on me, all over the little girl's dress. The mother came running over, screaming at me. There were at least 2 people behind me and another woman on the church property who saw it happen. The mother kept yelling that I had ruined her daughter's dress, that I owed her money for a new one, and that I would need to give her cash so she could buy a replacement before the ceremony. I told her it was an accident. Her daughter ran into me and I wasn't paying for it. She kept screaming profanity loud enough someone called the police. That's bad. When officers arrived, she tried to claim I threw the cake on her daughter and she paid for the dress, but another witness confirmed what really happened. The mother had told the girl to stop running. The girl ignored her, and she crashed into me, cursing, causing the cake to fall. She crashed into me, causing the cake to fall. The woman still wouldn't calm down until the police nearly arrested her, and then only after her relatives came out of the church to help. She demanded reimbursement and threatened to sue me. At the time, no one exchanged information, but somehow she found out my name and address. Later, I learned someone had filmed the whole thing, and the video got back to me. Sure enough, she served me with papers. She's suing me for $3,000. $3,000 for a little kid's dress? Are you kidding me right now? For a new dress, assault, and emotional distress. Would I be the a-hole if I countersued for the cost of the cake her daughter ruined because of her poor parenting? Honestly, I'm not too worried about winning or losing since I have the video evidence and multiple witnesses showing it was an accident and that her child caused it. Updating to clarify a few things instead of keeping repeating in the comments. The cake was in a box with a lid, but when it hit the ground, it opened and exploded. It's just a cardboard box. Of course, it's going to. It was a soft cake with a lot of chocolate icing, so it got all over my pants and the bottom of the little girl's dress. It was enough that it was really noticeable. Clarify, I'm not mad at the little girl. I'm just completely gobsmacked by how her mother handled the situation. She could have taken some accountability, apologized, or even made it a learning opportunity for her child. Something as simple as, "This is why when I tell you to stop running and listen, because now your dress is soiled for the wedding." But instead, she threw a fit, accused everyone else of her own poor parenting, and it escalated to the point where the police were called. After embarrassing herself and almost getting arrested, she still managed to act like the victim. She could have just let it go and moved on. I mean, she's completely correct that I don't know. I might be mad at the little girl for running into me like that. I mean, she did ruin the cake too. For those wondering how she got my name and address, I don't live in a highly populated area. I'm on social media. For those wondering how she got my name and address, I don't live in a highly populated area. I'm on social media, and the video of the incident was sent to me by someone I didn't even know. Someone she knew must have recognized me. Once you have a name, finding an address is not difficult, and it is not. It's super easy. She even had a processor serve me. I haven't had any contact with her in any way since the incident. I'm almost surprised how many people believe that you need a lawyer to file in small claims court. All I have to pay is countersue is $100 from what I've read. I technically can claim lost wages, but they won't be granted. Realistically, the most I get back is my filing fee and the cost of replacing the cake. Some people have also said I should have been able to prevent the accident because I saw them before I crossed the street. That's true, I did see them, but the little girl was on the grass at the entire time. At no point did she step onto the sidewalk until the moment of impact. I'm not psychic, and there was no way I could have predicted she would have suddenly run off the grass and straight into me. It all happened in literal seconds, and the little kids are fast. Another update. Tomorrow I'm going to file my counterclaim as today is a holiday. I spent the better part of a few days researching, and I think I'm going to ask for $1 plus my filing fee and take a page out of celebrities who have been wrongly sued for stuff to prove a point. I don't want to look petty, but I sure want the judge to rip that woman a new one for bringing this court frivolous court to court. No, frivolous um, claim to court is what she meant. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, she didn't at all. She has every right to countersue and claim for the cake because she ruined the cake. The cake's kind of expensive. I mean, it was a good price for a cake, for a custom made cake, but it was still expensive. So I think that lady's not going to like how the court determines this because I have a suspicion that the judge will give the counterclaim the dollar, the court cost, which is $100, and the cost of the cake because that's what I would do if I was the judge. Okay. This is from the subreddit Traumatize Them Back. I was told this sub would like this. I'm a trans model and a photographer, and I've been doing networking. Sent me this message. Do y'all think my reply was appropriate? This is really short. Photographer, quick question. Are you trans? My religious beliefs prevent me from working with trans people. Oh, these people. Thank you. Me. Hi there. Unfortunately, as a Christian, my religious beliefs prevent me from working with all those who are intolerant of others. I pray the Lord finds a way to give you the strength to interrogate those beliefs and why you hold them. Have a blessed day. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That was the highest rated post in Traumatize Them Back for the month of July, August. Yeah, that was an excellent reply, and I don't blame him at all for that. It's silly. You can't work with somebody because of your religious beliefs. Come on, get real. Also, trans ally. My kids have never not known a trans person. I'll put it that way. This is from Am I Overreacting? Am I overreacting because my boyfriend went to a party while I was having a miscarriage? Probably not overreacting. I started miscarrying on Tuesday. It's okay. Please, no sympathies. It was for the best for a multitude of reasons. I haven't seen my boyfriend at all, and he didn't say much about the miscarriage. I wasn't terribly upset by his response because I assumed he just wasn't quite sure what to say. However, he hasn't asked about it since or checked to see how I'm doing. Drop him, drop him, drop him like a hot potato. Last evening, I said, "Hey, do you want to come over tomorrow night and spend the night and we'll cook a meal and together and relax? I've been feeling pretty down and emotional. I've been pretty I've been feeling pretty down and emotionally and drained." Let me do that again. I've been pulling I can't talk today. Yay. Thank you, Magic Me. Appreciate that. I will be around every day around 10 o'clock. That's my goal. Where were we? Okay. I've been feeling pretty down emotionally and drained. I just want that connection, I guess. He said, "Sure, that's a good idea." Fast forward to today, I woke up early and went and grabbed some groceries to prepare our dinner. He texts me around 1 p.m. and I ask what he's up to, and he tells me he's out at the grocery store buying supplies because his friend is having a birthday party tonight. My heart immediately sunk. This is not the first time this has happened, and somehow I always seem to be at the very bottom of his priority list. I didn't mention anything because I knew it would cause an argument. Later on, around 8 p.m., he texted me and said, "I can come see you when I'm done here, maybe around midnight. You can just leave your door unlocked if you're tired, and I'll come cuddle you." This made me explode with rage. Valid response. Valid. I was really trying to reel my emotions, but it all just bubbled over, and I told him I have had a hard week. I'm having a miscarriage. I actually believe he forgot this, and I really thought he could try a little bit harder and make me feel like a priority. He made plans with me knowing he had already agreed to something else and then just put me on the back burner. Like he'll get around to me when he's done with everything else. I don't like coming across as a needy girlfriend who expects her partner to drop everything for them, but honestly, in this case, I should have come before the plans and his friends. Or at the very least, he could have left at a reasonable time, not midnight, to come over and spend time with me. Or he could have just communicated that he was busy, but we can reschedule to Sunday. Literally anything is better than this. Completely correct. He said, I don't know what you want. I said I'll come and see you when I'm done. I need to type this out before I send him a message that I'll regret. My hormones are definitely playing a role now in how I'm feeling, and I'm very, very upset by the way he's behaved. AIO, or am I just crazy? Ha ha ha. You are not crazy, girl. Drop him. Drop him. He should have been there the whole time you were miscarrying. Like, what the heck is this guy doing? Like, is he living in his own little bubble or what? I don't understand people. Top comment is, I don't know what this man has put you through, but I notice you're low key apologizing for your feelings or belittling them all through your post. I don't like coming across as a needy girlfriend. I didn't mention anything to avoid an argument. Don't do that. You are right. He is completely neglecting you. You are going through something major, whether it's for the best or not, and he is also part of it. He didn't check on you. He doesn't care. Being a needy girlfriend, you are asking for basic human decency from someone who is supposed to care about you and who I assume got you pregnant in the first place. And you know what? Even without the miscarriage, this is damn shitty thing to do to your girlfriend. Making intimate plans with her and just completely regarding that to go to a party without even saying anything, like you never made plans at all. It seems like you internalize that you're needy just by having completely valid emotions. You need to raise your self-esteem and let your douchebag of a boyfriend go. Completely correct. Yeah, she needs to dump this guy. He does not care about her. OP, he doesn't care about you, sweetie. Get rid of him. You deserve better. Everybody deserves better than that. Okay, this is a new one for us. This is the I Am the Devil, and these are usually pretty heavy, hard reads. Just warning you ahead of time, if you're sensitive, you may not want to stick around. You can skip. You can skip. It's okay. Go to the bathroom, go get something to eat, something. This is from, as I said, I Am the Devil. Holy shit, his update. Originally posted in True Off My Chest, entitled My Negligence Cost My Partner Her Life and I'm About to Lose Everything. I, 35 male, have been married to Lisa, 28 female, for 3 years, 3 years, together 7. A year ago, I fell deeply in love with Amy, 24 female, and I've been planning to end my marriage for her. I know it's terrible and not what my wife deserves, but we were the real thing. 2 weeks ago, she had an allergic reaction when we were getting food after work, but she used her EpiPen and seemed mostly okay afterwards. She usually gets checked at the hospital after a reaction, but I asked her if I could take her home and she could have a friend drive her there because my wife was expecting me back. That does not sound like somebody who's going to dump the wife for the girlfriend. All I know is she had a secondary reaction that evening and died. I didn't even find out about it until the following Monday through a work email. It has been eating me up ever since, and I will never forgive myself for not sacrificing an hour of my time to possibly save her. I sent some childish messages to Amy from I didn't hear from her over the weekend because I thought she was angry I didn't take her to the hospital. I'm thankful she never saw them and ashamed that I assumed the worst. Our relationship was great and the highs far outweighed the lows, but I've always hated being ignored and I lose my temper when it happens. It's not a regular occurrence and I would have more than it up to her. This I've always hated being ignored and I lose my cool when it happens. Just screams childish man, first person. Yesterday at work, HR and legal were in the CEO's office all day, and my manager ended up canceling our project meeting because he was with them all afternoon. I was on edge, but an affair isn't exactly corporate crisis, and I thought something would have already happened if anyone knew. I'm now 99% it was about me. A few hours ago, I received a message from Amy's phone that said, "This is Amy's brother Tom. I want you to know it was me." I tried to call, but went straight to voicemail. None of my messages have been delivered. I tried to call my manager more times than I should have, and he sent a message saying, "Please don't contact me until Monday morning. I cannot discuss anything with you right now." That sounds like it was about him. So it looks like my universe is going to collapse. I'm going to be fired. My wife will definitely find out. All I can do is hope that Amy's brother only showed them the messages from that weekend, and they are bad enough. I have no family except my wife and daughter and nowhere to go. All my friends are either people I met through my wife or my colleagues. On Monday, everything I've spent over a decade working toward disappears. I can't stop it. I can't talk to anybody about it. So here I am. I know the cheaters are the devil, so I'm not expecting any sympathy, but this is making my chest hurt, and I need to get out of there. Um, so supposedly there's an update somewhere. I have to go over here. Give me a minute. I don't read these ahead of time, so I don't really have. I mean, I've read this one earlier. I remember it. It wasn't in by the devil. Um. Oh, he deleted his account. Well, that a stinker. Huh. Okay. Well, since I read this ahead of time, um, I know. Oh, here's the update. I have been constantly harassed for an update since posting, so please take it gloat because you're such wonderful people in comparison. Well, I mean, yeah, don't have an affair on your partner, on your wife. I mean, I'll start over. I have been consistently harassed for an update since posting this, so please take it gloat because you're such wonderful people in comparison. And then stop following me around Reddit. Dude, you posted this on a public forum. I'm suffering in the wake of my infidelity and unprofessional behavior as I knew I would. I understand its appropriate outcome and I'm taking full accountability. I was suspended from work on Monday and I'll probably be fired sooner than I thought. I hope to be able to save money as HR built their case, but it looks like Amy's brother basically performed the entire investigation for them. After an excruciating 3-hour run through of everything they had, I spoke to the founder and he recommended the solicitor I'm now using. For those who don't know, a solicitor is a lawyer. That's what they call them in, at least in the UK. I'm not sure. It might be also the rest of Europe. I'm not positive on that. The issue is that the company has come down hard to protect themselves because even though Amy's family doesn't have much of a chance of claim, any suggestion of a cover up could cause damage regardless. The founder thinks my offer to pay them back will keep it out of court, and some more information has come to light, so it's not certain I will be prosecuted, but I'm quietly hopeful. I cannot afford to keep the solicitor if this goes much further, especially with a divorce on the horizon. Things are not good with my wife. Well, no kidding, dude. I still committed to making this as easy as possible for her, but I had to draw a line when it came to my daughter. When I got home from being unceremoniously escorted out of my office, she already had a bag packed for me. She wouldn't let me wait in the house until my daughter was back. She wouldn't let me check I had everything I needed. She wouldn't let me take the car. She didn't care that I had nowhere to go. I spent 2 nights in a hotel and then went back when she refused to let me see my little girl. She tried to stop me, but we own the house jointly, and it was my only option. Excuse me. My family has, my wife has family she could stay with, but she won't leave our daughter here, and she's absolutely not taking her. So we're at a stalemate right now. I'm keeping her out of the way as best as I can, which I appreciate is the least I can do. The Amy situation is quite difficult to talk about and has not sunk in yet. It turns out that she didn't love me as much as I loved her, if at all. Her brother sent me images of her talking to her friends about me. It's hard to believe they came from the person I love, but they are real. Sorry to those who are heavily invested in me being a predatory abuser. I mean, you are. But she and her friends had a good laugh about her manipulating me for money and a promotion. The role came with a big pay raise, and it looks like her plan was to treat it as free cash, then go work with one of her friends when it fell through. She knew I'd come under scrutiny whenever she messed up and assumed I'd keep stepping in to save her. She was right. Obviously, I'm completely humiliated. I was planning to give up everything to build a life with her, and she was treating me like a joke the whole time. My feelings are complicated, so please don't feel entitled to any expansion on this, but I no longer feel guilt over her death. Reddit acted like I kept her hostage while she begged for help. What actually happened was that I asked if she could ask her friend to take her to the hospital because I had to go home. She said that was fine because she needed to get some clothes back from her anyway. I dropped her off as normal. Ultimately, she was an adult who had better understanding of her medical needs than I did, and I still don't know what happened between us saying goodbye and her death, but whatever it was, it had nothing to do with me. I'm sorry for her family's loss, but I bear no responsibility for her pet. Yes, you bear no responsibility for her passing. Yes, you do. You didn't take her to the hospital. Oh my goodness. After Amy's messages to her friends were passed around, a few people quietly reached out with words of support. I assumed everyone would write me off like Reddit did, as an abuser and predator. Now it's clear that Amy was using me. They see me as a fool who they see me as a fool who had then lost it all. It's beyond humiliating, but I've learned I'd rather be pitied than despised. It improves my legal position with work. Their small mercies I think he meant he said there as in they are, but I think he meant there as in THERE are. There are. There are small mercies, but I'll take what I can get. I remain filled with regret, and I have learned many lessons. By the time I get through this, I will have been deceived. But I'm a grown man who made my choices, and I take full responsibility for them. TLDR, I'm currently suspended from work, but I will certainly be fired. It's unclear whether I'm serious legal trouble. My wife and I are not navigating the end of our relationship brilliantly, but for my daughter's sake, we will get better. Amy turned out to be a better manipulator than she was a project manager, and her brother outed her whilst trying to ruin me. Life is deservedly hard right now, but I am working through it. Give me a second. There was a lot of back and forth with him and commenters. I don't see. So anyway, from what I know of this situation, because I did run across this in Ballroom, um, he has. So anyway, it turned out that the guy had had a complete and total change of personality after he was in an accident. Something fell on him. I can't remember what. Um, and he had brain damage. So part of this was uh, brain damage um, from an accident. And brain damage can like really mess you up. Not that he did anything right here, because he did not, but there is a kind of a reason for all the weirdness that he did, because he's not in his right mind. He's in his post trauma mind. That he would never have, um, probably never would have been in this situation if he hadn't had the brain injury. Really, Lauren? You think that your brain is a vital organ? Yeah, it is. um, it's so sad. Yeah, it's crazy. Excuse me for a second. He went. My goodness, what the heck? Now I'm losing my voice. Figures. Well, I probably should end this here. I will see if I can come back later and finish. Um, I do have some errands to run and such. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Thank you, Lauren. I love you too. All right. I'll be on later today, I think, to finish these 3 other ones. And then we'll go on from there. Have a good day, guys. I'll see you in a couple hours.